In the heart of the Efik village of Akai, there was a woman known as Momankoyo. Famous for her afia efo, white soup, and ekpan kuko, she drew villagers from afar who came, enchanted by the taste of her food. Nobody cooked like Momankoyo. Her flavors lingered in the memory, and no festival or gathering felt complete without her special dishes. Every morning, Momankoyo would go to the stream early, filling her clay pot with water that looked as clear as a new day. But few knew of her true ritual. Deep in the forest, past the whispers of the village, lay an abandoned burial ground, hidden from most. Here, in the dark hours, Momankoyo drew water from a secluded pool where old graves rested. Her hands moved deftly, careful and quiet, her gaze sharp, for this water was special. It sipped from the earth where the dead were laid to rest, rich with something mysterious. And it was this water that gave her food its addictive taste, so potent that it kept her customers always wanting more. The people adored her cooking, so much so that they became suspicious of other food. Momankoyo's fame grew, her food seemingly blessed, as if spirits themselves had imparted a gift. Mothers bought her food for their children, and elders praised her skill. Some even believed that the ancestors had chosen her, their blessings tasted in every bite. One market day, a stranger arrived. He was called Etubom-fon, a man of God, wise and quiet, with a presence that filled the air. He moved through the village, listening and observing. When he heard of Momankoyo's cooking, he became curious and decided to taste her food himself. He arrived at her stall just as the sun dipped behind the trees, casting shadows over her bubbling pot. With a smile, Momankoyo offered him a bowl of her special afia efo. But as he lifted the spoon to his mouth, he paused. His eyes narrowed, as if searching the depths of the bowl. He put the spoon down gently, his gaze shifting to her. This food, he began slowly, taste of the beyond. Momankoyo froze, her hands trembling slightly. Etubom-fon's voice rose, loud enough for the crowd gathering around to hear, the ancestors' whisper of deceit. Momankoyo, tell me, from where does your water come? The villagers murmured, eyes shifting from Momankoyo to the man of God. A chill ran through her as she met his unwavering stare. She opened her mouth to deny it but found herself choking on her words, a sudden weight pressing on her chest. Etubom-fon began to pray aloud, his voice firm and commanding. The air thickened, and the once comforting aroma of her soup turned sour, rancid. Momankoyo stumbled back, the pot tipping, its contents spilling across the ground. Tears filled her eyes as she confessed, her voice barely a whisper, I use water from the burial ground. It made the food taste better. A horrified silence swept through the crowd. The villagers looked at her in disbelief, stepping back in fear and revulsion. They had tasted the dead, feasted on a forbidden flavor. Etubom-fon shook his head sadly, raising his hands in prayer. No good can come from such darkness, Momankoyo. The spirits do not bless those who dishonor the dead. From that day, no one ate from her pot again. Her fame faded, and whispers of her story spread through the villages like a haunting. Momankoyo was left alone, her once bustling stall now only a memory, a warning to those who might dare cross the line between the living and the dead.